Right, so guys, I want to know about the process of post-game analysis under Eddie Jones and Warren Gatland. So how did it work? What things did they pick up on? Was it a conversation or was it more one-sided? You know, Jamie, I'm going to ask you to go first. Give Dylan a bit of time to think about what he wants to say about Eddie.
Right, post-game analysis for Wales revolved around a few things. Firstly, you'd come in on a Monday morning and Shaun Edwards, in typical Shaun Edwards fashion, you'd have a projector with a big screen in the middle of the team meeting room with numbers 1 to 23 and basically a sentence about what he thought about your defensive performance. Right, so you'd walk into breakfast, first thing in the morning, you'd see this big screen and it was basically number 1, great effort, pal, dominant hits. Number 2, what the F was that on minute 23? Number 3, solid line speed, keep it going. And you go through all the team, but all your teammates to see what he thought of it. And I thought that was quite powerful. They would do exactly the same with your GPS stats and your efforts and everything. They pin it up on the board so everyone could see everyone's results. So you're always comparing with your peers. So, you know, you felt really good about yourself if your stats were high. You felt embarrassed if they were low or you covered kind of low meters. So we put that kind of kept that tension within the group and that put that pressure on you. And then you just have a review. You have a review. You know, they didn't pick the bones out of everything about the game, but just common trends in the game where we got stuff wrong, where we can improve. Highlighted good things, highlighted work rate with players, and then you put it to bed. It was important that after that Monday, the following week was gone, and then it was about the next week. You know, we didn't kind of dwell on things, but it was quite ruthless at times. And I guess in that high performance environment, it had to be. I mean, Gats, you know, he loved pushing buttons with players. I remember after 2009, you know, after the Lions, you know, I was doing quite a lot of media stuff, you know, with different sponsors. I was in the press quite a bit and whatever. And I remember just in front of the lads, I think it would have been the autumn series in 2009. Just we were about to go out for a team session and he's just gone, Jamie, any danger in you concentrating on your rugby? And all the lads just walked out of the room and literally I felt that small, you know, proper embarrassment in front of everyone. But you know, it triggered something inside me that I was like, oh God, okay, maybe I am, you know, concentrating on stuff off the field probably a bit too much than on it. And you know, I think I played well that weekend and continued to play well. So he loved doing that. He loved just chucking in grenades, kind of pushing buttons with certain players with, you know, that buttons he felt they needed pushing in.
What were your conversations like with Gatland? Like, was it very free flowing or was it very much a one-sided, you know, conversation, what he says goes, or was there a bit of compromise?
No compromise. You know, he's very keen to learn from different players. He was open to ideas. And you know, he made sure he was very open with players. He's a very honest bloke. Very honest guy, but you know, he was very sharp around pushing the right buttons with certain players and knowing how to get the best out of players. And it took me quite a few years to understand that. It took me probably getting a bit older in my career to visualize that and appreciate it and see what it was like. You know, I've been times when I've walked down the team corridor in the Vale. And I've been at the end of the corridor. He's been at the end of the corridor. We've kind of slowly crossed paths. And all he's done is turned to me and said, geez, Scott Williams trained well today, and just carried on walking. And you're just like, oh, okay, cool. You know, how are you supposed to take that? And he'd love doing that. He loved doing that with players, just keeping guys on their toes and making sure they're, you know, they want to perform and making sure they're aware that if they don't, someone else is ready to come take your place.